Students are currently preparing to write literature-in-English examinations in WASSCE and NECO for the year 2024. This video helps candidates to respond to questions that may be asked, specifically questions on WASSCE and NECO recommended dramatic text. Check the description for links to related videos. Discuss some tips on what the examiner expects from candidates and how to respond to questions. We'll use a sample past question from 2023 WASSCE Literature-In-English Examinations as well. Let's start with some tips on what the examiner expects. Tip number 1. In WASSCE examinations, paper 3 tests candidates on recommended text in the syllabus. This means that questions are generated only from text which have been recommended. Tip number 2. Unlike paper 1, which includes multiple choice questions of general knowledge of literature, unseen prose passage, unseen poem, and prescribed Shakespearean text, papers 2 and 3 are based on recommended prose, poetic, and dramatic text, and candidates are to respond in essay formats. Tip number 3. The questions are poised to ensure that candidates demonstrate mastery of the recommended text. Tip number 4. Questions can come in form of discussion on characters, thematic preoccupations, contributions, or identification and significance of characters, events, dramatic elements, depending on how the questions are framed. Tip number 5. When responding to questions, do not list your points, but discuss them. Tip number 6. Write in present tense. And tip number 7. Pay close attention to questions because a question may have more than one part. In other words, 2-in-1 questions require 2 main responses preceded by some preambles. Now let's demonstrate with a sample question based on Wole Soyinka's Lion and the Jewel. Examine the encounter between Lakule and Sidi in the morning. This is a 2-part question. Firstly, you have to identify and discuss the encounter between Lakule and Sidi in the play. Secondly, articulate the significance of the encounter. However, before the question is directly responded to in the 2 parts as already mentioned, some preambles are necessary. These preambles show that candidates have read the text and gained mastery of the plot and thematic preoccupation. The preamble consists of 3 reactions. Your first reaction is to identify and connect the question to related themes in the play, which include the theme of tradition and modernity. Discuss how the theme of tradition and modernity play out in the encounter between Sidi and Lakule in morning. Specifically, how both Sidi and Lakule broadly embodied tradition and modernity and reflected these in their characterization and roles in the play. Issues like bride price, school, arithmetic, carrying pail on the head, and use of jargon can be good heads up. Use references or quotations from the text to demonstrate these. Second reaction is to discuss the character Lakule. Character identification is a crucial part of this question. So who is Lakule in the play? How does the author or other characters describe him? What does he say? What does he do in the play? For example, Lakule is the leading male character in the play. He is smart and intelligent. He is modern, he's patriarchal, he is proud, and is a schoolmaster. Remember to discuss and make references to the play. Your third reaction is to discuss the character, Sidi. Who is Sidi in the play? How does the author or other characters describe her? What does she say? What does she do in the play? For example, Sidi is the leading female character in the play. She is charming and beautiful. She is traditional. She is soft-hearted, and she is not dedicated. Remember again to discuss and make references to the play. Now to the main response to the question. In the first part of this main response, identify and discuss the encounter between Lakule and Sidi in the play. Your response may be as follows. At the Ilujinle Center, on the clearing edge of the market, with a large odon tree, Sidi is seen carrying a pail of water on the air. She is returning from fetching water with a wrapper tied around her chest. The schoolmaster 23-year-old Lakunle leaves his arithmetic class and comes outside to Sidi. Lakunle tries to persuade Sidi to marry him. However, he declines the idea of paying bride price to marry Sidi. Overall, Lakunle's modern values oppose Sidi's traditional ideals. I'll proceed by articulating, in this second part, the significance of encounter between Lakunle and Sidi in mourning. For example, one of the main significance of the encounter is that it shows Lakunle's departure from his indigenous culture. The encounter significantly reveals the use of humor in the play. It exposes the ridiculous character of Lakunle, especially in the use of language. Another significance of the encounter is that it helps the tension between tradition and modernity as it plays out in Sidi's fixation on bride price. The encounter exposes the boundless fascination with Sidi's photograph and his subsequent infatuation with her. In summary, remember to discuss and not list your points. Make references to the text. And finally, follow the steps provided in this video to secure your maximum marks in the examination. Thanks for your attention and see you in the next video. Bye.